I've even seen wind blow bottle caps and laced potato chip wrappers. I've looked in them and actually found mosquito larvae in laced potato chip wrappers, which is probably the weirdest place I've ever found mosquito larvae. It's a simple fact. In general, water plus 7 days equals mosquitoes. If you dump your water, then there's no mosquitoes. But in the summertime, it takes about 7 days on average to get a mosquito egg to an adult flying mosquito biting you, giving you problems, spreading disease. Simple as that.
This is really when we start to see increased numbers. We've had our first couple positive pools of mosquitoes that have tested positive for West Nile virus in 2 locations in Philadelphia. That number will change. That, unfortunately, we know from past experience that number will go up. We usually have a handful of cases every year. Unfortunately, some of those cases end up in death. So it is a serious disease. It's a disease we take very seriously and try to limit folks' exposure to mosquitoes that might carry that disease.
The A1 Super Duty liquid larvicide machine we use as a preventative measure. In an area like this, you would use the liquid larvicide machine because mosquitoes are a lot easier to control in their aquatic state. When they're in the standing water, they're in one spot, they're much easier to control that way. Once they've winged and got off, they're much more difficult to control once they're flying because they can move. They can fly, some species can fly upwards of miles away from their source. So we like to get them when they're in a larval state. They're much easier to control that way. And urbanized areas with row homes, we can't get to the backyard. So that machine would push the product up and over a couple hundred feet over the buildings into the backyards and cryptic habitats where the mosquito larvae would be.
Whether it's tires, it's cans, it's recycling buckets, anything that holds the smallest amount of standing water that's in someone's backyard, in an alley, in a vacant lot, it will reach those areas and then hopefully control the mosquitoes that are living in there.
That machine, it also will infiltrate catch basins in neighborhoods and stuff as well. And catch basins are probably the #1 target habitat for Culex pipiens and restuans, which transmits West Nile virus at the highest rate.
We respond to hundreds of complaints a year about mosquitoes in their block or mosquitoes at their home. And sometimes we'll go on a call and, the neighbors will say, the mosquitoes are breeding in my neighbor's backyard pool. You go and the pool is, completely pristine, it's clean, but while you're inspecting their backyard, you notice that there's containers, one location where the resident had a old unused fish tank sitting in the backyard full of water, breeding mosquitoes. And I said, this is probably your problem. And they're like, oh no, they're tadpoles. No, they're not. They were their own worst enemy. So, if we can get that message out that, not only check your own, check your property, any area standing water, chances are it's coming from your own backyard.